Welcome to the Fairview Social Podcast. I'm here with my friend Rusty.
Hey.
We are back, and this will be, we're going to call it the last of the Chester Boom series, but I think we may talk about it more later because as with everything else that we've done in our life, we'll remember something 5 years from now and be like, hey, it would have been cool if we had said that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's how we do everything.
Yep. Remember it little bits at a time and
Yeah.
oh yeah, I totally forgot about that thing.
Yeah. So before we started, we were talking about our song Pajama Pants. And it's funny enough, you mentioned the Get Up Kids, which I hadn't thought about them in a long time. That was a good album.
Yeah, I think back in around the time that we did Pajama Pants and that Destroying All the Sparkles, we were listening to Get Up Kids a lot.
Yeah.
And all the usual stuff too, but I feel like that was one of the newer things that we got into around then, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like all the 90s, like mid-90s stuff that we had always listened to, we were still listening to.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the Get Up Kids, and then I remembered that they had like these different bands that they were just like the equivalent of like somebody playing in like 5 different bands, and then 2 or 3 of them would go and do something. But there was a band called Reggie and the Full Effect, and they had a song, I think it was called Time. And it was basically, I love that song because it was like like dun, 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 dun. It was like really crunchy.
Okay.
And so when I peeled it all away and found out what the chords were, that's what I used for Pajama Pants, but I just sped it up.
Oh, okay.
Did it in double time.
I didn't know that. But I mean, I'd say that's enough of a change that you're not going to get in any kind of copyright trouble or nothing.
No, I mean, every song is the same anyway. So
yeah, there's only so many chords you can do.
Yeah, there's only 7 chords or 7 notes. And
everybody tries to mix them up. Well, no, that's not fair to say.
Yeah.
Most people don't try to mix them up and do something different. They just use the same ones.
Yeah.
I think even like, what's that billionaire's name? Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Has done the same chord changes on like 15 of her songs or something.
Well,
no shade, but
it just shows you. It just shows you that it's like, to have a good song, good hook. I mean, most songs usually sound the same. We were just talking about Pajama Pants was the same as Everclear's.
Yeah, it's a lot like Father of Mine.
Father of Mine.
It's just, again, it's like the rhythm's a little different, and it's probably a different key. I don't know, but the changes are the same.
Yeah. Just like When I Come Around for Green Day's Green Day song, When I Come Around is the same as Glycerine by Bush.
Yeah, there's probably a list of mile long of songs with essentially that same chord change. It's like, that's a pretty standard. That's the one that Taylor Swift uses all the time.
Yeah.
They just kind of did it a different way, but it's if you're like looking at the theory, it's a 1-5-6-4. It's the 1 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, and the 4 of that key or whatever.
Yeah.
And a billion songs.
And it works.
That. Yeah.
Apparently it works.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could think off the top of my head and name a bunch of the songs, but yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
I think there's a YouTube thing that's pretty popular. It's like probably a couple million views on it or whatever, maybe 15 million. I don't know. It's like the Axis of Awesome, and it's 4 chords songs or something like that. And yeah, a bunch of those songs are in there, and they're all the same chord changes. It's just in a different key or whatever, but it's, you can sing all the same lyrics over it. Like, I think Don't Stop Believing's one of them, and like a bunch of huge hit songs too.
That's why it's always easy for like radio DJs, they would, they're like on Saturday night party, it's like they're playing the songs and then they like go into the other songs because they're all pretty much the same
tempo, same beat and everything.
Yeah. It's like, that's just how all of those songs are. And well, in the Chester Boom verse, what is that called? The Chester Boomiverse?
I guess so. Yeah,
would be the Juliana Park chord progression.
Yeah, probably so.
Since we use that in everything.
But we did mix it up. It's like it wasn't exactly the same. It would be different. The problem was all the songs were played in drop D, and so we always used that open D chord as the heaviest chord. So so that was the key all the songs were in. But yeah, I mean, I was just thinking of one My Name is Jonas. That's got that 1-5-6-4.
Yeah.
But it's in like a 6/8 time or whatever, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
This is very boring. You can cut all this out. We don't have to talk about
Well,
this.
it's not boring to me. It might be boring to people that are just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Fair.
But here's to sum it up is there's all of these songs, and usually whatever songs are like number one songs are using the same chords.
Same chords or the same, something.
There's
the
a
same
lot of
everything.
There's lots of chords, but there's only 7 notes, and so 7 notes make up all of these things, and so you can. That's why writing the music to things is usually easy. I mean, because any song that we have, the bass, the root of it, and like the rhythm parts of it are simple. It's like the lead stuff is what kind of gives it a little pizzazz,
Yeah. Are you talking about just like guitar parts wise, or is that what you mean? Like
Yeah.
rhythm guitar and lead guitar? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in generally speaking.
Yeah, I would say that's true. I mean, I think are you talking about Chester Boom songs? Yeah, it's like I think we had more inventive rhythm parts than
I guess
than a lot of bands do.
Yeah, because there's always, especially back then in the 90s, like the rhythm guitar guys just sitting back there just playing like the 4 chords. I think that we were always mindful of like trying to write something messed up, trying to
Just something more interesting. I mean, because, why bother writing songs if they're going to be the same as
that's true.
all the existing songs? You don't need to do it,
Yeah.
if you're just going to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, we always made a point to try to make it a little crazy, and I don't know if the people that have listened to the other episodes of the Chester Boom stuff, if they've noticed, but of course, the only good quality, I say good loosely, recordings that they've heard are just like the Destroying All the Sparkles, because we hadn't even really been able to show much of the later stuff just because we don't have any recordings, which hopefully we can remedy that over the next year or so, just like trying to pop some stuff out just to have it,
That'd be cool. I'm down to do it. I mean, I remember how to play most of it, and I can figure it out if I don't. And, I don't know. I'm up for whatever. I'm sure if we asked Jamie to play on it, he would do that. And Jamie now could come up with really cool bass parts for all this stuff if we wanted him to,
Yeah.
Or he could just, keep it like it was if you want. It's,
No,
we would be producing this music, so we could make those decisions.
Well, I was going to say, it's our songs. We can do whatever
we want with it, man.
And we're adults.
Really? When did that happen?
We are adults.
Oh, no.
We were just looking at some pictures and videos and stuff. We look so young.
Oh, yeah.
So young. And it's like, we're pretty good looking dudes.
I guess we were, yeah.
It's like when I looked at those pictures of you, I was like, Rusty's pretty young.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, I don't remember Tim being good looking like that.
No.
It's like, I always thought we were like ugly, but those young guys in those pictures, they look pretty good.
We were making the joke too that like,
Shouldn't have been so damn insecure.
yeah, I know that was the problem. We were talking about a minute ago about how like y'all used to give me shit about being fat, and I'm like looking at those pictures, I'm like, I'm not fat, but I guess compared to you guys, I'm fat.
Yeah.
So
no one there was fat, but
let me get that sun out of your eye. Hold on.
oh yeah, it is hitting me pretty good.
It happens to me. It happens to all of us.
This hat doesn't have a bill. It doesn't help.
It will go away.
Oh yeah, that's better. Thank you.
But so yeah, I wasn't as fat. I mean, I was bigger than you guys, but I'm not fat like I am now. Now I'm like middle-aged man fat.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I'm at least as fat now as you were then. And like the way I was then was like, I might have been like, I don't know, anemic or something. Maybe. I didn't have any meat on my bones back then.
That's funny. You were pretty skinny.
Yep.
But we were insecure. That's probably why we thought nobody liked us. And
yeah. I mean, I don't know. We were either insecure or like, perceptive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That may be true.
Maybe a little of both,
So on the last Chester Boom episode, we were kind of going into the newer, I'd say the newer stuff, because in my mind it was the newer stuff, the stuff that we were playing before we quit playing. And we wrote a lot of cool stuff back then. A lot of like London Bridge, and
That's a cool song. That's one of your good ones from the later part of the tenure. I don't know. When I think of Chester Boom, I feel like there's like two eras, and there's just like when we started it and wrote all those Destroying All the Sparkle songs, and then like there's the second part where we were like trying to play shows and stuff, and we got Kobe and we started writing more stuff. And I don't know, it's weird. Like they don't like mesh in my mind.
yeah, it feels like it's two different lifetimes or two different somethings. It's like not the same. We were the same people,
Yeah.
but like, I don't know. I guess it's like how famous people that are in bands like start these other side projects because they want to do something completely different, but they still want to have like maybe that's kind of like what it was.
Maybe, I don't know. It's like I think we discussed before just about how like we wrote all these songs like on acoustic guitars, like, you know, either at the Bacon Ranch or at my apartment or whatever. But what we wanted to do was play full band and rock out, right?
Yeah.
But we couldn't really do that where we were writing them. So it's like that first era to me is kind of like, okay, we wrote all the songs and we played them acoustic at home. And then the second era was trying to make it translate to a full band rock out show situation. And then the songs we were writing in that period were for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, to me, I feel like the versions of the songs that we played live that we wrote in the other era it didn't work.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know why. I mean, it wasn't terrible or anything, but it felt like those were completely different songs than the way we wrote them, you know?
Mm.
And I think that was part of my frustration toward the end of the band, was that the stuff we were writing was coming out that way too, to me.
Yeah.
Like, we were writing cool stuff, like acoustic still, but then when we would go to play it with the full band, like, it didn't translate. It didn't work.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you know, go to play it live and it would just be way too fast or something, or you couldn't, you know.
It's almost like, you want to be able to, if you wake up in the middle of the night, you want the band there ready to act on an idea that you
Yeah. Ideally, yes. Yeah, like, I just thought of this thing and I need the other guitar and drums and bass.
It's like you come downstairs and like, I got my guitar ready and Jamie's got the bass and Kobe's like, hey guys.
And I'm just like, thanks for always being ready to do this 24/7.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish that we were able to show some of these songs. And like I said, we may pick this back up next year when we have some more. But in the meantime, do you remember your favorite show that we played? It's hard to think back that long ago.
Favorite show.
I think, well, at least for me, I think where the stars aligned for us was when we played Blue Sky Court.
Yeah.
That was a big show.
That was a big one, and it sounded great in there because there was Frank, the sound guy.
Yeah, Frank.
He was one of the best in Nashville. He's done it all. Yeah, and that place. Do you remember all the different names that place had?
No, do you know if it's still an active music venue?
I don't even know. I don't go to Nashville anymore. I don't know what's going on down there. It probably got bulldozed to make condos or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're probably right. That was on like Muse was on 4th.
Yeah, no, it was right next to where 328 used to be. So it was on it was on 4th. It was just further up. So it used to be, at one point it was called the Bazaar back in the day.
Yeah.
And then the name changed to the 8th Day. Right? Mm-hmm. And then it became, I think after that was Blue Sky Court. And then after it was Blue Sky Court, it was the Rutledge.
Oh yeah, the Rutledge.
And I played there with Screaming Names a couple times and had great shows there.
Was Frank still there?
Yeah, he was.
That's awesome.
At that time he was. And I forget where he ended up going after. I think that place closed or someone bought it or whatever or something. And he was doing sounds somewhere else. And I don't remember where it was. Like, I think Jamie would know, but I don't remember. It's like he was doing sound at Exit In or like Mercy Lounge or something like that, or a cannery or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. But he was probably the best sound guy that I ever got interacted with. But yeah, we had one or two really good shows there for sure.
Yeah, it was funny because I was trying to think of, we always played at the Muse because I felt like that was the only place that you could go and play. Of course, this was yes, Nashville is known for like places to play, and maybe there were some back then that we just didn't. I think that rock music you couldn't really go and you didn't have the big selection of places you could play.
Yeah, well, like I think the scene wasn't really happening right then, or either that, or we just didn't know anybody to get into it or whatever. But I don't know. There was like very small handful of places that we could get a gig in, 2003 or whatever. But I do remember one time. This is funny. That we made those like 3-song samplers up to try to like give out to clubs and stuff to be like, hey, can we play here? This is what we sound like or whatever. I remember one time we walked from wherever we were. I guess we might have been playing at the End or something. But we walked over to Exit In and gave the door guy our demo thing because like we were like, can we give this to someone to listen to see if we can play here at Exit In? And the guy was like, oh yeah, I'll take it. But it's like, no, he's just checking IDs. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He probably took that CD, threw it right in the trash.
It's so crazy to think that like I forgot all about that, and then to think that that's how we used to do things. Think about it now. It's like you just get on and find them on Instagram or Facebook or something, and hey, what do I need to do to play? Here's a link to my stuff. It's just so weird.
I don't know, man. I've always been so bad at all of it that now it's like it wouldn't be any easier for me to make connections and network and go do a show somewhere. Like in playing Screaming Names for the last however many 17 years or whatever, I did almost none of that the whole time, and it was like Ben is very like social and personal and like meets people, networks, knows names and all that kind of stuff. And he would get us gigs, and occasionally Jamie would get us a gig somewhere. I really never did, except for once we got into playing at the Pond in Franklin, that became the muse for Screaming Names. We played there, once a month, whatever, like as often as if we wanted to do a show, it's like, well, let's play at the Pond.
Yeah.
Because we had a contact there and we could get a show there.
Yeah.
And for a while, we got really good turnouts there. And then after a while, that stopped. So it's kind of like, I don't even really want to play shows anymore. But I was also always terrible at advertising. All I would do is like go on Facebook and say, we're having a show. It's like totally forgot, like working all week, I forgot to post and talk about it or anything. So it's Friday night and we're going to play, and please, everybody that sees this, come to the Pond and see us in Franklin. It's, $5 to get in or whatever. But I don't know, even back in Chester Boom days, it's like there was none of that. So it was kind of like, well, what do I do? Like use my house phone to call everyone I know and ask them to come, at the last minute. So
it's just, it's hard. I mean, I guess it's still difficult now it's easier to get your stuff out there, but to get people out of their house to go see you is another thing. Because I know for me, like, I think I saw Screaming Names play like maybe once or twice.
In your house.
Yeah, my house. But I'm just saying, like, that's how often, like, I go out to go see shows and stuff, It's obviously, like, if I do go, it would be to support you guys because I know you. But even then, it's just like, it's just a tough, it's a tough wild, wild west of music, especially in Nashville with all the country that's going on.
Yeah. Well, there's just so much competition overall because now, like, any night of the week, I mean, and for a long time now, like any night of the week, and maybe this was true when we were playing, we just didn't realize it. But every night of the week, you can go to any number of different venues and see any number of different bands play or whatever, and all of them have, 3 or 4 bands playing, and the show starts at, doors are at 9, show starts at 10, and it's like the first band will start at like 10:15, and then if you're fourth, you're not going up there until 1, and everybody has already left. Except for the bartender and the sound guy, and they're mad that you're not done yet. It's like, great, I'm glad we're playing for all this exposure. We're getting, it's like playing to a room where 2 people who don't want to be there are watching us.
We were always, when we played at the Muse, we were always playing with several different bands, and I remember we always got stuck like playing either first or last, and there was a couple of times where we like got right there in the middle.
Yeah, if we got to play second, that was kind of the thing. Second is the best.
Yeah.
Third is okay. Fourth sucks. Fifth really sucks if there are 5 bands on the, And I don't know. First is okay. Like the older I got, the more I liked playing first.
Yeah, because you get the hell out
Get
of
the
there.
hell out of there and go home, and go to bed because I got to get up at 5 or whatever. So
Because
it's
you're
like,
old.
yeah. But I mean, that's the same thing for me now. Like, I don't know that I never really enjoyed going to shows most of the time because I felt like most of the time the bands I was seeing were not as good as what my band could be.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't like seeing this. I don't like going through the rigmarole of, driving 40 minutes into town and parking and paying to get in and then, see 4 shitty bands and then get home real late and not get enough sleep before work,
Yeah. And then you're at work.
and then go to work and they're like, oh, so and so called out, so you got to work 12 hours now instead of 9, that kind of shit. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I went to that show last night, God, whatever. But then too, like as it went on, like, and this is all screaming names, like my headspace, but it was like as that continued to go on, I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
That's like asking people to come out on a Wednesday. We're playing at whatever Dick's Butthole and
Dick's Butthole.
in Printer's Alley or whatever, and we're it's us and 2 other bands, and it's $10 to get in for some reason that we don't get any of and whatever. But it's like, yeah, I mean, we played shows like that, for 2 or 3 people.
Did the other guys mind doing it? Like doing it? Did they feel the same way as you?
I know they were frustrated by it too, but it's like I don't think it like bothered them on an existential level like it did me.
Yeah,
for me it was just like, man, I'm really killing myself to do this. And it's like it's bad enough that people don't give a shit, about the music. It's like I've worked hard on it. I wish somebody would give a shit, but it's it's like there's not even going to be anybody there. Yeah. It's like it's not worth the effort to do it,
Yeah, that sucks. I remember when we'd play shows and that we'd play for like 3 people, and it'd be like 3 people that we knew and that were always, that were going to support us, and it's like, I don't know how people do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you did it for a long time with...
I guess. I mean, yeah, and
I'm not saying that you had 3 people, but I'm just saying, like, you have the same group of people seeing you guys play.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's, we with Screaming Names, we had a minute where, we started to kind of get a more of a following going, I guess, for a while, but then it was like not being able to maintain it and constantly work on growing it.
Yeah.
It's just like trying to do that while you're working full-time job or multiple jobs on top of trying to do the band. And like, I don't know, man. I hate all the admins part of it. It's like, I don't want to have to do social media for my band. It's like, the band is the thing. It's like, I don't want to have to sell it to someone too. It's like, that's a part of the job that is not interesting to me at all.
For me, I'm like the complete opposite, and that's probably why it worked. If we were still playing together and we were just doing that, like, it would probably, be in a better situation, because I like that. Not necessarily like the social media aspect of it, but even with my job now, it's like I'm looking at numbers all day long.
Yeah.
What do we got to do to get from, we're here right now, what do we need to do to get to here? And so, like, I love seeing, like, okay, I did this thing and that helped, that gave us a bump. And so, like, if back then was my mindset now, I would enjoy doing that. And I was just thinking while you're saying all that it's 100% true. They say that you can do anything you put your mind to. You can do anything you want. If you want to get famous, you can do it.
Yeah.
If you want to get your music heard, you can do it. If you want any of these things, you can do it. And I'm not talking about like manifesting and woohoo type stuff. I'm talking like, if you put in the hard work, you can do it. But the problem that happens is, like, we don't have time.
Yeah.
It's like, if I had a lot of money and I didn't have to work and I was 100% motivated to what, like, as soon as I open my eyes up, I'm just working on this. I'm grinding on it. I'm going to just do all these things. And then just keep on working until we get to it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah. The idea is, though, I guess, that you're supposed to be able to, like do that on top of whatever your normal things you have to do are.
It's just
And
impossible.
I don't have that kind of energy, and I never did. Like when I was, when I was 21 years old or whatever, and we were doing this Chester Boom, it's like we're all working full-time jobs,
Yeah.
trying to survive and have a place to live and food and stuff. And then, trying to do the band, and there's not enough hours in the day to do both of those things and do them well.
Well, what you notice with bands that have gotten famous and the people that have gotten famous or had any kind of level of success is they put everything into it.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't.
Well, I guess some of them do, and some of them do the thing that we were doing and are just better at it, or better at grinding after they've, put in, 10 hours at their day job. Then they just put in 10 hours at their band job, and then they,
But do you think that downplays like if you go in and you work all day, say you work 8 or 10 hours or whatever you're working at work, and then like you're like, looking at your watch, you're like, I got to get the hell out of here because I got to go work on my band thing.
Yeah.
And it's like as soon as you get off, you're just like grinding and hustling and doing it. It's like we didn't do that.
yeah, we didn't.
And so like, do you think does that mean that we didn't really want it?
No, I think we just didn't really have a grasp of how it works. I mean, and that's normal. Like I had no clue what any of the steps were to try to like make it or whatever. And I think back then, especially, like my mentality was what I'd always been told how it worked, and what you always heard on movies and stuff is like, you get discovered. It's like you write your songs and you play them live, and one of these times, one of these shitty shows you're playing, someone important's going to be there that goes, hey, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Let me throw some money behind you. I work at a record label and they will love you. That type of thing.
Yeah.
They will sign you to a 6-album contract and you can start touring tomorrow on this material, whatever. And I always thought that might happen at some point because we were writing good songs, and we were like, the frustrating thing watching back old stuff now is I'm just like, man, we were not good live. Like we sucked. It's hard to listen to, but I'm like, in my head, I know how the song should be and how we wrote it and intended it to be, but like we didn't have the money to record it. We didn't have, the right personnel in the band to perform it live the way we wanted. So, and and overall we were probably just like too inexperienced at playing out and being a band and stuff to do a good job at. But, I don't know. And the thing is, it's like, as time has gone on, the idea of getting discovered by somebody that puts money behind you has just like dwindled to nothing. Well, now that does not exist.
That's what I was going to say is like, you're right. That was the mindset. It's funny to think we're talking early 2000s when we were doing this, but this was like how it happened since the
beginning of the music industry.
Yeah, beginning of the music industry is that you're going to be found, and then social media comes along and like literally flips that on its head to where it's like, I think I might have even said this to you last time you were here, but like if I have an album or any, I say this to any artist out there, it's like if a record label comes up to you and is trying to get behind you, you need to say no.
Yeah.
Because you can do everything that you need to do on your own and
Right.
take that middleman out. You had to have that before.
Yeah, because like nobody had the money to record. Like no one had a home studio, and all the equipment was like $60,000 and stuff. To like just get a tape machine and you build a soundproof room and all this, all the stuff that like you needed to record was hard to come by back then. And the only hope anyone had of achieving that and getting to do it or whatever was for someone to scoop them up and say, you're discovered.
Well, it's not even
go.
it's not even about the recording. It's like yes, if you can figure out how to get something recorded, all the record company does many things, but like their primary goal is to get you out there, to get you followers. But if you're yourself, just like you see all these kids on I say kids, but all these people on social media that have gotten social media famous and they've built their following. It's like, I think a lot of it's ridiculous, but at the same time, it's like they got these people in, they got them to follow them. It's the same with this music. It's like you could go and have a good product, get it out to so many people, and you don't need them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the case now, and I feel like if it had been around when we were doing Chester Boom, then we would have tried to do that too. I mean, I know we tried to do all the stuff that we thought we should do and that we thought we could do, like make a website for our band, you know, which was at 2003.
Well, I mean, it was a big thing.
You made a website, you know, and whatever, and like email lists and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, I don't know.
I almost want to test it. Like if we were, let's just say we record like get good 5 songs and literally start the band from scratch. We do nothing other than record the album.
Yeah.
And then like now that I've learned a lot of this stuff on social media, see how, if you can push it and see what happens.
Sure, man.
And
I'm all for it. I have no idea.
Well, it's like I enter into this with like, I don't care if anything happens with it at all.
Sure.
You know, it's like I don't have any expectation of anything, but it's just kind of funny to like, it's not funny, but it'd be interesting to test to see like if you did this. I mean, you see these AI bands that create this music. It's all AI driven and it has this huge following. Now, I'm not saying that I'm for any of that, but I'm just saying that like if you can get it out there with basically no money, you're just trying to grow this organic following. It's like what you tried to do back 25 years ago when you're trying to get people to come to your shows or here's my album, listen to my album. It's just like, you know, like an injection of like speed, you know, it's like, it's just like take.
Well, that's the thing. Like before all of the internet things happened, like Napster, and even just being able to physically use a computer to download a song from somewhere else. It's like you could do that in 2002, 2003, but it took like hours to get a song, and it might not be the right song, you know, and whatever. So it's like you might let the new Tool album download for 4 days and not use your computer at all.
Get home from work and you check on it.
And you check on it, it's still at 53%, you know, 2 days in or whatever. But then when you open that file, it just like, A, is not the album you wanted. It's some bullshit. And it gives your computer a virus. And then your desktop is bricked.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, But anyway, I went on a tangent. But before all of that stuff was possible and, you know, whatever, we're trying to promote the band. It's like, how do you even do it?
Yeah.
And what we did at the time, I think we got some stickers made and we stuck them here and there.
I still see them in Bellevue everywhere.
Yeah, there's that one at Goodwill that used to be Toys R Us. I see
right
that
there
one
on that
at Home
stops.
Depot. Yeah, I see that one all the time. But we did that and we made that website or whatever Jesse did. Whoever did our website, I don't know. I guess it was Jesse.
Yeah, it was Jesse. That's how you had to do it though back then.
Yeah, I mean, you had to kind of know how to do that shit, and you know, it wasn't just like, oh, here's our Facebook profile, because that didn't exist and whatever.
Well, there was MySpace.
Not yet. No, I think was MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace was
back
then.
then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. Yeah, it was there.
Okay.
But,
I don't know. I don't remember when MySpace started, but
what's interesting about it is that it's the same thing on social media. You're easily connected to more people. So to me, it's just, I don't know. I just keep thinking if we just record a couple songs, you start a social media page for the band, you push it, you know how to push it, you know how to manipulate the algorithms, you know how to do that and get it out there. I bet that to me, it's just like, it's like I said a second ago, I love the administrative part of it, to test it, to see like if it gets somewhere to do anything, because I don't know about you, but I'm sure as hell, like, could you imagine like, all right, well, we're going to go on tour. It's like, no, I gotta be in bed. But we went and saw a concert a few weeks ago. Me and Nikki went and saw like Mumford and Sons or something a month or so ago. And it's like, they didn't even start playing till like 9:30 or something. I'm like,
past my bedtime.
I'm like, hey, I look over at her. I'm like, we're about going to bed right now.
Right.
This opening band needs to hurry it up.
For real. I mean, I feel I'm 100% the same, but if I was left to my own devices, if I didn't have to get up to go to work like, early ever, and I could get up when it was natural, like what always happened when I was younger and would like be in between jobs or whatever, or when I was working overnights or later shift, any of that, I would always end up doing the same thing. And it's like I would get up at like anywhere between like 9 a.m. and like noon, and then I would stay up for 24 hours and then go to sleep. So it was like I was never going to sleep at the same time. I mean, well, I say 24 hours, but it would probably be like 20 hours.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I'd get up at 9, and then I'd go to bed the next time at 5 a.m. And then the next time it would be at 1 a.m. And it's just like, it's like a complete unnatural sleep cycle.
Yeah, I remember your sleep schedule was always kind of messed up back then, especially when you were working overnights.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's a lot of the things are different from how it was. It's funny because like we're old now. It's like I remember thinking like when your dad would be giving us advice back then, like we're like he's old and he doesn't know. But like we're old now, and so
to be fair, back then he was older than we are now still.
Yeah, that is true.
But that's not the point.
But up until like that's how for the people that don't know, Jeremy's dad is a musician and has done that his whole life, and he's right about, you know, like get out there, play the songs, play shows, do all that, because that was literally how you did everything up until 2009 or whatever it was when all the social media hit.
Yeah.
I mean, even more so now. I mean, it's just, I would just say that I would not have anything to do with a record label. I mean, it's kind of like the same as like what all the gangsters did back in the 90s where like the record label
start their own label.
Yeah, they start their own label.
Yeah, I mean, that was smart because, you know, like back then, I think there were a handful of stories where you would hear about management or record labels kind of screwing over their, you know, famously like Elvis's manager screwed him out of a lot of money or what have you.
Yeah.
Colonel, what's his name, Parker.
Mm-hmm.
But they were, you know, the exception, not the rule. And then as time went on, it was just kind of like more and more people come out and say like, so here's what happened with my record deal. And, you know, it's like, this is what so-and-so, whoever company did. And it's like, you know, I remember an article about like it was Courtney Love, I think she said, after like Hole's 2 big popular albums or whatever happened, she figured out that after everybody was paid and everything, and all the money spent recording the albums was recouped to the record label, whatever, and they toured and they made merch money and all this, that, and the other. By the time it was all said and done, and this is like mid-90s, she made basically 40 grand a year.
Yeah.
Which is like not what you imagine when you see a rock star who is like... Mm-hmm.
That's everywhere.
It's everywhere at the time, and like and like performing on Saturday Night Live and stuff, and like super famous. I mean, of course, she ended up like being infamous as well, and whatever you think about her, you know, is whatever. I'm not a huge fan, but the point is, you know, it's like 40 grand a year is not like no money, but it's not what you would think.
Yeah.
Someone in that position would make, you know, and then I don't know. But that was one of those kind of things that I heard that kind of made me realize like, oh, like maybe getting discovered and making it or whatever is not actually all that great.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe, you know, maybe I just need to work this job that I have and do the band in the background when I can do it, but focus more on just work, you know?
Well, I guess so. I've had a lot of time to think about this because I know that you were playing for all these years in between while, you know, raising a family, doing life and all that kind of stuff. And that's the path that I chose to go down. But like, I thought about this stuff all along the way, you know, it's like, you think about all of that and think about all of those issues and stuff like that, and you're just like, well, where I'm trying to think of what to say here. It's like I think that I don't know. I just don't know that. I don't know that I would. I don't know that I would want any of that because for me, the music is the music, and it's like when you start paying attention to all of that other stuff,
Yeah.
it's just it gets all everything just gets kind of fucked up, and it's like you stop focusing on the music because you're trying to make a living off of that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would even want to try to make a living off of playing music, even if I was, famous around here or something, playing shows and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's like, yes, you have to put beans on the table.
Yeah.
You got to pay your bills. You got to pay all that kind of stuff.
Specifically beans. Because God, man, families, they just demand so many beans.
You got to have beans. You need them in all different ways.
But yeah, you can do at least 3 or 4 different things with beans.
You can do a lot with
But
beans.
you have to do only that and no other types of food.
But you don't want to, you don't want to say that you're giving up on your dream, because I'm real big on like we were talking about a second ago. It's like you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
And I tell my kids, I'm like, I know that this sounds cliche because they tell you that you can do anything you want. But the truth is if you grind it out,
Yeah.
and there's this one thing that you just absolutely love. The same with Hayden, like doing his stuff in New York. It's like, I don't like it. And it's like, not so much now. Back then, I didn't like it. No, you need to make sure that this, and you need to do this, and you need to do this.
Yeah.
And so I started thinking about it. I sound like my father, which that's even cliche to say because my dad was like, I remember when we were like, fuck it, let's move to Atlanta with Jesse out there. And my dad's like, well, you got a job and you got health benefits and you got all these things. And I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But like, I do care now.
Yeah, sure.
But at the same time, I'm just like, getting to the point now where I'm just like, I don't want to be held back by my job, but I don't like the whole music thing of all the hoops that you got to jump through. So I'm just feel like I'm just kind of suspended out here in the middle of like, well, what makes me happy?
Yeah.
Well, does playing music make me happy? Is playing in the band and us firing Chester Boom up? No, I don't want to do that because I don't even know that like that's what I wanted back then. Is just what I did.
Yeah.
I had a wonderful time. Don't get me wrong. We had a great time. Do I want that now? No, I don't want that at all. But I do want to play the music. That's why in my mind, like, let's just take these 5 songs and put them out there and see what happens. Because what's fun to me is like, let's get it more and more and more. Because that's what I enjoy.
Number go up.
Number go up, and then pout when it goes down.
Yeah,
that's why it's like I had to quit.
I can help with that part. I love to pout.
Don't look at your fucking stocks or anything like that because that shit's like up and down all the time, and it's like, So I don't know. I feel so mixed about it all.
I don't know. My stocks are always the same. They're just holding a guy like this that's a prisoner. It's got his hands cuffed and his head is in one, and he just can't get out.
I know.
It works.
I don't know. I like the dreaming aspect of it and play like you know what it's like when you write an awesome song. You're like, this song is awesome. Immediately.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you love it, and then you take it to the band and you play it. It's awesome.
And then you spend 20 years being pissed off you didn't get a good recording of it.
Yeah, and then the problem is like it's just there's you times millions of people out there doing the same thing, and then that depresses you too.
Yeah, I think it for a lot of my life it did. I would say that now I'm more at that point where if I want to do it for myself to have it, then that's one thing. But I know that there's not a big market for, like 44-year-olds putting out rock music. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, and like, to your point, like if you want to put 5, let's get 5 songs recorded, have them be as good as we can make it, put it out there, see what happens. I care less about what happens, I guess, and I would just rather like I want those 5 songs to be able to listen to.
I know.
Because for so long, all I've ever had to listen to at Chester Boom is like a handful of songs that got recorded.
But not only you, but other people, because you're like, this is a good song and these people will like it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't care that money and any of that stuff. Yes, obviously, if you get money off of it, that's great. But like, you just want people to hear it.
Yeah.
Because that's what all we wanted back then was like, we want people to hear it.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, that's a good song. I can relate to that. Or that chord change there was awesome. Just looking for, the people to be like, hey,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
in
appreciation.
some way.
Appreciation.
Like get something out of it. I mean, yeah, that would be cool. I'm down to do that. Let's record some stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, as long as it's for us, because I don't really care about any of the stuff anymore. I guess my point in the whole conversation is that we talked about this stuff a month or so ago when you came over here, and how you just kind of had this whole, I guess you just having this moment where you're just like, fuck all this. I don't want to play anymore, this and that and the other.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that you know that I've had that too, but it's stretched out over a 20-year period of like understanding and, dealing with it. Because even now it's like, I don't even know what I like to do.
Yeah.
I'm fucking a middle-aged man, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm into.
Yeah.
It's like, I like the music. And it's like, sometimes I pick up my guitar and I'll like write a riff and, hum a melody out in it. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm pretty good at it, but like, is it getting me off?
Yeah. Are you really into it?
Yeah. The same with, that's the reason I started this podcast. It's like, I'm not doing anything at all. And I don't really talk to anybody or do anything, but there's things that bounce around in my head that I think that people can relate to.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm not doing anything else. I'll do this. I told you that Nikki and I have been trying to do more things and have more experiences and do all that kind of stuff because like, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
And so what do I want to do? I don't know. That's why I can't be mad at Hayden for being out in New York and following his dream and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because at least he's doing something.
He's doing something, man. I mean, it's, like when we were his age, like I think we had some I don't know the right word, some adults, some older adults. Like when we were young adults, we had like parents and stuff telling us things that made us afraid to try anything. A lot of people were like, would say things like, have something to fall back on. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, whatever. Don't assume, don't assume that you're going to make it or whatever. And those kind of attitudes are like, okay, well, that sunk in and
yeah, I mean,
and like will give you lots of anxiety and have you, I don't know.
Those seeds have been planted in me.
Yeah, me too.
And they're fucking full grown tree right now because it's like a lot of the anxiety that I have in my life is like, look, like even with my kids growing up, it's almost like this prison that you're in. And I'm trying to choose my words carefully because it's like, having your family is not a prison or anything like that, but
right.
you're kind of in this prison of like, I can't go out and explore what I want or even define like what makes me happy or what do I want to do to make money or any of this stuff because I have to maintain this money in order for our life, for the kids to have stability and the wife to have stability.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't stray from that.
It's too precarious to take a risk and try something else.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, it's like I'm in a situation where, it's like my skill set as far as like a job that will pay me is pretty limited. I don't have a ton of different things I can do.
Same, yeah.
I didn't go to college. So basically like, I picked somewhere to work when I was an adult child of like, 18 years old and just did that and stayed. It's like I've changed companies a couple times, but I'm doing the same thing as,
that's the same as me. It's like I'm doing the same thing, and the thing is like you're making a good enough living. Mm-hmm. You're etching by. You're not struggling, but you're not like living an extravagant life, and that's how we are too. And you can do that because we've got the time put into whatever trade or whatever you're doing, you know. And I started kind of feeling bad because Jack graduated high school in March or April or May or whenever it was this year, and he works with me at the company that I work at. And he's like, well, I'm just going to build myself up. And I'm like, only do that if that's what you really want to do.
Yeah.
Because like I fell into the trap that my dad fell into. He stayed where he was because it was safe, probably to take care of his family. He didn't want to rock the boat.
Right.
All the way up until he died.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the legacy of Tim Hollis too. And I don't want it to be that, because the thing is like, if I lost my job today, it might be the best thing that ever happened to me. I look at things like that now, as opposed to 20 years ago, I would look at it like, no, this cannot happen.
Yeah.
This cannot happen. I've got these people that depend on me.
Right.
But now it's just kind of like, and I say that because they don't depend on me anymore. And so I'm a little bit looser with it, but I wish I had this mindset back then to take the risk and to go do something else. And because the thing is anytime that I've had to fire anybody, like in my days of firing people, knowing it's the worst thing ever that they got fired, knowing that they got fired, but also it's going to be the biggest blessing for them in the world, because it's going to get them to their next thing.
Yeah.
I'm at where I was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe I do need to leave. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that like it's very weird how it all works, and I'm just in that trap, in that prison.
I mean, yeah, I think it's more common than we realize that people do that, and it's not just about like people who might want to play music or might want to, you know, like pursue some kind of artistic something or whatever, you know, or even shit like, you know, flying, you know, remote control airplanes or something. It's like, if it's a thing that takes up time that you care about and you want to do with more of your time, if if it's not easily monetizable for you to replace your job with, you're going to have to keep your job and try to fit that in when you can. And it's just kind of like, you know, nobody can afford to just go do the thing they want to do.
There's this guy that I work with that I've worked with for a long time. I won't say his name, but I've used him as an example in my life that he's one of these guys that like calls out of work like 2 or 3 days a week. And so he makes just enough money to pay like what he knows he needs to pay. And there's so many people out there that are just like, I know that this is the amount that I need.
Yeah.
But like, I've always had the more ambitious of like, I want to make more. Just like I said a second ago, I want to see it go up, whether it be money, whether it be followers, whether it be any of these things, listens, or any of these type of things. Like, I want more.
Yeah.
And so I get stuck in this whole loop in my mind of like, I want more, I want more, I want more. And I think it's a great thing to have. But like, I feel like at the same time, I'm just kind of hit a wall of like, I can do what I'm doing the rest of my life and be happy, be fine. But like, we've got 80 to 90 years on this earth.
Yeah. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. And it's like, I just hate to think that like, I'm just staying in this prison and not go out and explore doing the music or doing anything that makes me happy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that I've been, you know, kicking that one around in my head, you know, since back in the day when we were writing those first songs and stuff. It's just like balancing, like doing what you got to do to survive and, or, you know, like move up at work or like make more money or whatever you need to do, you know, like to move your life forward, but also trying to do the whatever thing you enjoy doing the most. I mean, because like, you know, you could really focus in. It's kind of like you can do anything you want mentality. It's like, yeah, you can prioritize anything you want. So you can prioritize like making more money and moving up and getting promoted or whatever until you're like the head of whatever company and you make more money than you know what to do with. But that's all of your time gone.
All of your time, and then money does not equal happiness.
Yeah, but I mean, but then too, there's got to be a point where you're like, you make enough money that you don't ever have to worry about it again. It's not a ton, you're not a millionaire or something like that, but it's like you reach some level of comfort that where you don't worry about how you're going to pay the bills this month or whatever, then you might be able to relax enough in your off time to like pursue something for some, and I don't know, I guess I've kind of been in that place for a while. It's like, we don't make a ton of money, but it's like, we're not about to lose the house.
You're 100 heirs.
We're 100 heirs.
I'm 100 heirs. I'm 100 heir.
We're doing all right. So it's like, I heard a stat that's like something like 80% of Americans can't afford a $500 emergency or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, we could. Mm-hmm. We don't have a lot of money in savings, but if we had a $500 or $1,000 like thing that would happen tomorrow, like the car or whatever, we could afford it, and it's not going to kill us. It's not going to screw us. It's like, where we can still pay our bills. It'll be all right. But a lot of people are not in that situation. So I guess I should just be like thankful and grateful to be where we are. I would like to have more money than that so that I could like not feel like I had to work so much, and then I could just fuck off and play guitars or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can to some degree, I guess. But it's like, I think for me, when we were young and we were doing Chester Boom and then all the way through Screaming Names too, it's like my dream really that I wanted to chase was not about making it or like being a rock star or any of that stuff. I guess I thought that like if you were successful in music, that was what it was like though. But I really just wanted to not have to work a soul crushing job.
Yeah.
And to be able to, have enough time and energy to do the music thing, whether or not it made money, and then still be able to eat and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think if I had been able to get my head straight when we were young and realize that like that was really what I wanted to do, mm-hmm. and focused on that the way you're talking about, like you can do anything, like I probably could have found a way to do that, but I didn't know that was an option. I guess it's like I just went to work at the grocery store and.
Well, I think that's how we all did it, but I just think that. I guess I bring all this up because one of the saddest moments, and I'm not an emotional guy, and everybody that's listened to this knows that I'm not an emotional guy, but it really touched a nerve when I got that text from you, and you said that you didn't want to play and you didn't want to do any of this, because I truly think that you're one of the most brilliant people at any of this music and all of this stuff, and to have you say that, I was just like, man, I don't know what's going on in your life. At least I didn't at the time know what's going on that would bring you to that. And it's like, it was very upsetting to hear it. But as I chew on it and I think about it, something that like I said a minute ago, I've been chewing on that
the whole time.
Yeah. But I've been preoccupied with like family and all that kind of stuff. It's like family. Think for myself. Think about these things. Think about the past. Family. And so it's like this spread out version of that. And then it's like for you, it all like apparently hit you in this time period of like a year or so, or a couple years or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, I think I was, in the same way. We all just get preoccupied. Life happens and things happen, and it's just like you kind of get dragged along for the ride.
Yeah.
And, good things happen, rough things happen, and whatever. And time passes no matter what. And, it's kind of fun. I mean, like, I don't know, just like all the time. It's funny thinking about Chester Boom now, because I definitely, like, still have all the things that pissed me off about it. Like watching the old videos, and I'm like, oh, man. He's rushing. Like, we're playing the song way too fast. This is a good song, and it'd be better if it was not being played at this tempo. That pisses me off still.
I mean, I won't. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we can be nice about giving Kobe a hard time that he did an awful job. Yeah. Just say it.
I mean, he was a kid. We
were too.
We were all kids, but we had a few years on him, whatever.
Yeah,
we had been, I don't know, whatever.
We should have fucking said something to him.
We should have said something. It was really on us. I mean, for not, I mean, I don't know. I think we had the mindset of we chose him over another one or two guys that
or whatever
that
that
were gonna play maybe, but yeah. So we picked the cool looking guy, and then at the end, that was our undoing, was that we picked the cool looking guy. Anyway, but so the things that pissed me off about it still do, but it's funny because it was only like 2 years of time, maybe 3 years of time we did that band. And the fact that Jamie and Ben and I did Screaming Names from 2008 until last year
That's crazy.
is crazy to me. That is a really long time. And the average lifespan of a band is like 2 years of any band. Like,
How long? You said 17, 18 years total?
Yeah, from whatever it is, the math from 2008 to
Screaming Names is the age
24.
of Jack.
Yeah.
It's Jack's age. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know, but so it's weird to look back at Chester Boom, I guess, and think about it in these ways. And yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre.
It's just
bizarre now, but it was like the time passed no matter what. So it's like I was doing Screaming Names for all those 17 years, and I was working, and the older I got, the more time that passed, the more tired I was after work, and the less I wanted to do it, And I'm just like, it's not that I don't want to do it. It's not that I don't want to play. It's that I'm tired from work, and I don't want to drive an hour to practice for 3 hours and drive an hour back and go to bed and get up and go to work. It's like it all sounds like a fucking nightmare. And it sounds like a nightmare because it is. It sucks. And it's like, and it's,
it does suck.
it is too much of a grind for me to do, especially when, I guess.
Well, you're not fucking 20 years old anymore either.
I know. And it's like, and it's wild to me because like Ben not only is totally fine with doing all of that, he's also a drummer. So he breaks down his whole kit and carries it around all of the time and sets it back up and breaks it down again all the time. And he plays in like 4 or 5 bands. So it's like literally almost every night Ben is either playing drums or packing up drums and driving or whatever. And he works full time and he does it. I mean, it's like he is committed to the effort and the trying because he loves it so much. He loves playing that much, and I guess it just means I don't love it that much.
Well, I can't do. That was my question a minute ago. Is like, does it mean that we are less committed to it than someone like Ben, who's like doing the grind? He's like we said a second ago, he goes and he works his 40-hour job, immediately thinking about like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And like you said, being a drummer, you have to carry all that shit around. It's different when you're a guitar player. You just got an amp in your bag.
Yeah, and even that, I'm just like, after work, I don't want to pick my amp up. It's just like, I'm exhausted. My back hurts, my feet hurt, my legs hurt. I don't want to do that.
I know.
And then it's like, we get to the venue or whatever, and it's like, hey, let's have some beers. And I'm like, man, if I have a beer,
and fall asleep.
I'm either gonna fall asleep, and that's happened. Like where we were somewhere, and I was sitting down, and I was like totally. But I'm just like, or if I have enough beers to feel good about being here right now, and knowing I'm not like resting before work tomorrow,
yeah,
then I'll be in a state that I will not be able to drive home from here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like if I drink enough to enjoy this, what I'm having to do, I'm not gonna get home. Or I'm going to get home even later. I'm going to get home right before I need to leave for work, if I try to be safe or whatever. So I don't know. Like after a while, I was just like, maybe that effort is not something I want to do anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't have it. I don't have it in me to do it.
But that's good. That's good that you made the decision, because I've spent most of my life feeling like I'm not making decisions of what I want to do, but in the defense of my life and the other people that are in it, it's like, I don't know what the hell I want to do. Even now, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like, what do you want to do with your life? I don't know. And I can't be mad at Hayden for like, he has a direction and a desire that he has to go follow. And I keep bringing that up because that sits heavily on my mind and my heart, because like I was very upset about it in the beginning. No, that's not what you need to do. Same with Eli going to the Army. Well, hold on, Eli. You out of high school. Don't go to the Army yet. Make sure that's something you want to do.
Yeah.
And then he asked permission. Hey, can I go to the Army now? Because I told him to wait.
Yeah.
It's like he's wanting to go the whole time, and I'm like holding him back because of just like the, like I think you and I talked about this generational sin or generational trauma, generational things that you pass down that like I got from my dad.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm putting that on my kids, and I try to like cut it off now.
Yeah.
And that's when Jack's like, I think I'm going to work here and do this. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, if it's what you want to do, that's fine. But like, don't just do it because that's what I did.
He just hopes that when he's in his like mid 40s, he can start a podcast. So he's got to get started now with the landscaping.
He should start a podcast now and drop the landscaping, and then that way, it's funny because like he makes baller money. It's like he makes a shitload of money, a hell of a lot more than me and you ever made. Hell, even that I even made like fucking 10 years ago. It's like, do something with that, and he lives off of nothing. He's one of those people. You were like that too. You could live off of like absolutely nothing. I've got too many things that I want to get, so I have to support my bad habits. But I don't know.
I waste all my like money on food. And it's probably like looking back now, like since a couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Like looking back when I was young and not treated at all, and not even an inkling that I had that. It makes sense for me to spend $40 at Arby's when I was 20 because like I didn't have dopamine in my system and I needed it. I was running a huge deficit. So what did I do? I filled it with beef and cheddars and fucking curly fries.
That's good.
And it's just like you eat that shit, get a dopamine hit at least and feel good for a few minutes, or whatever. And then it goes away.
I know. It's crazy, man.
All that.
Well, I know that none of this has gone the way that either you or I expected, but I do want you to know that those Chester Boom days were, kind of shaped who I am, shaped who we are as people, shaped what my vision is of fun. We had a good time. We played a lot of music. And to me, it's like what I've landed on after all these years is like, is the music good enough? Yes, the music is good enough. All of the other bullshit happened and all the other things happened and got us to where we are right now. And it's like, it doesn't matter if we're 100 years old. If a song, can stand the test of time, it's a good song.
Yeah.
We got a lot of them that can't stand the test of time, but we also got a lot of them that are pretty good. And I think that if we record them and we, get it out there, people will enjoy it. And that's ultimately like what I decided. Because I used to think back then, I'm like, there is no other option. I'm going to be a rock star. That's what I'm going to do. And it's like, I don't even want that. I don't want that even now. I want to like not do anything.
Yeah.
I want to just hang out.
I got an idea. Let's stand up. We could stand up.
We should stand up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like the thought of like being a rock star in any capacity and like having to tour all the time, and that sounds awful to me now too. It's like I probably would have had a great time doing that back then. Like up to maybe like age 30, I probably would have had a ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say
touring in a van and making very little money and. I would have had a bigger ball of a time if we, had been signed and got to tour with fucking, Everclear or somebody, whatever, some band of the day and like, open for a band we liked and party with them and make some money and make some music and stuff and whatever. That would have been fun. But, whatever. I mean, I guess playing at the Muse after work was fun too.
Yeah. And all those days, like, I think I told you this before, but do I even really like to play? Do I even really like it? And I remember
just physically playing guitar,
like just playing music. Do I care about it?
Yeah.
Because I did this to my kids. When I was in 6th grade, you get to decide if you're going to go to band or not.
Yeah.
Playing band. And my mom made me do it because whoever else in our life was in band. And so I remember thinking, I'm like, I don't want to do this, but if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do something fucking awesome and play drums.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't really good at it, but I was good enough for the band. And so I did that. I did what I was told to do. And then when we were 14, 15 years old, my dad was like, you need to play. Like, it'd be awesome if you played. He lost apparently Nathan on it. Like, Nathan didn't want to have anything to do with the music. Joseph was into sports and baseball and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And my dad had that itch that, like, he wanted to do this. So he pressed that upon me, got me a guitar, and I'm like, and I had fun doing it. I had fun all of these years doing it, and I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Is it my passion? I don't know if it's my passion. And I did that to Jack when he was, hey, you want to join band? Yeah, I joined band. And then he quit like after a year, which I allowed it to happen because I realized that I was pushing this generational thing upon him. And so I guess for me, I'm just trying to like figure out what do I want to do. And honestly, I think at this point, I'm realizing that nobody really knows what they want to do, even all the way up until they die. There's people that have passions about certain things and do all that, but like you don't really know what you're gonna, what you want to do with your life. Most people don't.
I definitely feel different about it, like the last couple years. But it's like I think what I figured out for me about playing music and stuff, the thing I like about it is the novelty of it. So I like writing new stuff and hearing it. And that's why like I got so frustrated all the time in all the bands I've ever been in when we had to like practice old songs. I'm like, come on guys, we already know this one, let's move on. Yeah, because I'm bored. It's like, yeah, I wrote it. I'm fucking bored. I don't want to play it. Like, let's do a new one. And that's what I like about it. And I like the unexpected like aspects of it. Like when a song surprises me in some way. I don't like being bored by music, so that's what I'm in it for. Really, is just the creation of new.
But you wrote majority of all that stuff.
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess. Yeah.
I think that the problem is, and it's the same for me, is like I need another person to bounce off of, and you need that to scratch that itch that you have of not being bored with it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably why we worked well together with it, because we had different taste in music, but we also had a lot of same taste in music, and it worked out well.
Yeah.
And so I think that, I don't know. It just seems to me like I'm not into it unless I have like this catalyst for me.
Yeah.
It's like if you were over here like every other day and you're like, hey, let's play the song. Play the song, fucking song. And it's like I would have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But like for you, that's probably why you got bored with it, because you're wanting to do the new stuff.
Yeah.
New is always fun to me. It's like I always want to hear the newest stuff that this artist has.
Yeah.
It's like I'll listen to the other stuff, but to me, the new stuff is like what they're thinking, what direction they're in, like right now.
That's what's funny is that like I hate when bands I like come out with new stuff. I just want to do it. It's like I want me to do it, because I'm always disappointed with bands' new stuff if it's not as good as the old stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if it's like how different. It's just like this isn't as good. I don't like it.
Well, there's a lot of bands like that I get they probably have the same complex that you or me or anybody other musician has, to where they're just like, I don't want the same thing.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to put out this new thing and something better than, I know that this is better than what I had before. And then their fans are like, well, fuck this. I don't like it.
Yeah, this new thing sucks.
I mean, it's kind of like, and the record label is like, no, man, you need to put out another fucking Nevermind or another, Dookie or something like that.
Yep. They just want you to repeat the past success that made money, and just do it again and do it bigger this time.
Yeah, like I was listening. Like, look, I listen to Lil T Swizzle because of these things. Little Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Lil Swizzle.
Is that a rapper? I don't know who that is.
So I'm listening to like her new album.
Yeah.
And so like every one of the songs I'm listening to, it's poppy. It's people it's catchy and all this stuff. But like what's smart about Taylor Swift is that like all of her shit, she's doing an Olivia Rodrigo or a Katy Perry or doing all these other people better than they are.
Yeah.
And that's why she's as big as she is, because I mean, she
can do any of that, and she just does it.
She does it better than they do it.
Yeah.
And so I listen to it from a perspective like that. And, you know, I'm a sucker for like catchy pop songs.
Yeah.
And so like when you listen to it and it's like, that's why she's as big as she is. I mean, obviously there's all the other things that go along with it, but it's like she can do that stuff better than all these other artists that she's mimicking are doing it. And so like when you think of that, you're just like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that.
Go T-Swizzle.
Yeah, a little T-Swizzle. Anyway, we'll wrap it up here. Resteo.
Well, I brought this book again for no reason. We didn't look at these songs, but I guess maybe we'll have to do one more and promise not to talk about anything but Chester Boom songs, right?
I know. Well, this is what happens when you don't plan, and I'm not much of a planner on it. But on the next one, maybe we'll plan. But we got a lot of good conversation out of it.
Yeah.
You see that deer out there? You probably can't see it from here.
No, but I'm going to go ahead and tell him, do not hit my car.
It may. All right, Rusty. Appreciate you.
It's good to see you.
See you.